Welcome to this brand new session wherein we are going to talk about my favorite topic, which is webinars, right? Now, this is the presentation that you're going to create after you have enough leads, right? You could be generating these leads through your social media content, or it could be from your Facebook ads, right? Or it could be through your network. It could be anything. And what you have done so far is you have those leads, you have invited them to a WhatsApp group, which is a private, close WhatsApp group. And now you are going to invite them for your webinar. Now, before you invite for the webinar, um, this is the presentation that you need to create so that you're all set for the presentation. So ideally, the webinars are 90 minutes. Now, there are a lot of things going on. People do webinars, people do workshops, people do 5 days challenges. But in today's video, we are going to deep dive into the webinar framework. Ideally, the webinars are 90 minutes webinar. So I'm going to break it down for you. What should be your webinar flow so that it becomes easier for you to create your first webinar. Now, webinars can be of two types. Webinar one, which is just giving value, building trust with your audience. And then there is a second type of webinar wherein you are going to actually sell something, wherein you're going to help your target audience achieve their dream outcome, right? So I'm going to talk about the second one, wherein you are going to sell it, because when it comes to delivering value, it is like you go on the webinar, you talk about the challenge that they are facing, right? You would be announcing that in the WhatsApp group. And then once they are on a call with you, you will start with the topic. In between, you will introduce yourself. You can also share your case studies and then deliver the value, and then tell them that if you want to learn more about the problem that you are solving, right? Stay tuned in the group. I'm going to share an opportunity wherein I can personally help you to overcome that challenge, right? So if you're a complete beginner and you're not very confident with the webinar, you can just start with a non-salesy webinar so that you can just get used to it, and then you can launch your sales webinar. But if you're somebody who is very confident, then yes, you can directly launch your sales webinar. So let's understand the framework for sales webinar. Now understand this. You People are buying you, right? In your webinar, you are the product. Now, whether it is in the webinar or even for that matter on the sales call, right? When you go on one-on-one sales call, you are the product. Now, if you are not sold, right? If people don't trust you, they're not going to buy your products, they're not going to take you seriously. So it is very important that instead of selling your product, you need to sell yourself first, right? You need to build that trust with your audience. And this is the one major mistake where a lot of people do, and that is how what I had done as well. I used to talk so much about my products, services, um, the solution part of it. I used to talk a lot about it, and I used to talk barely about myself. I've done webinars wherein I've not even introduced myself. And then I realized what is the biggest blunder that I have done. So, luckily for all of you, you have this template, you just need to use it for your particular use case. I've learned it hard way, but you have it all with you right now. So your courses are the extension of you. Like I mentioned, you are the product. So your courses are going to be the vibe of you, right? Like how your content is your vibe, right? You can reflect your vibe in your content. Similarly, even your courses, the content that you post are the very short content, but these courses are going to be a long course. So they're going to reflect a lot about you. Now, always, we've already done this activity wherein we have figured out your mission, your vision, right? So why are you doing this? The program that you are launching. So, why are you launching that particular program? And what is it that you want to achieve through it? What is your mission? So, say, for example, if I talk about my AI video animation challenge or that matter, Instagram sales machine, I would say that. Uh, I would say that people who have wisdom, right, they're afraid to present themselves on social media. And my mission is to help those people who have wisdom but is afraid of presenting themselves on social media or do not understand the language of social media. I'm there to handhold you and spread your knowledge to the world, right? That is my mission. So we've done that activity wherein you have figured out your mission. And so my mission is I want to help 1,000 people, right? Showcase their wisdom, their skills, and transform and impact millions. Now, by launching your program, you're going to create an army of superstars to change the world, right? So, say for example, for me, wherein I am helping people spread their message, right? So, I'm making them confident content creators. I'm 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 helping them to overcome that inhibitions of facing the camera, or somebody who has been posting but is not very clear on what to post. So I'm helping them to generate revenue through their content. So somebody who's not getting enough traction on social media. So you need to figure out that. So I don't want any woman to feel low in confidence and self-esteem. This is one of the examples that I've mentioned. So you need to you can talk about that. What is the see when anybody is doing something. So say for example, for my target audience are business owners who do not want to who do not want to be hoping and praying for leads, right? Because if they are just relying on word of mouth and referrals, they do not have control on number of leads that they would be receiving, and thereby they do not have any predictable income. So at times they are doing well, and at months they are making zero sales. So that is the problem that I am facing. So you need to like what is you don't want your target audience to face. So I do not want any business owner to have a zero revenue month. I don't want any business owner to feel um, to be deprived of a lifestyle that they want to live, right? And always, whenever you are creating your course, this is very important. You, as an expert, you will know a lot of things, right? But you need to ensure that you're just giving enough, which helps them to move from their current position to their desired situation. Now, if I have to do this presentation on webinar, I can do it for 5 hours as well because it is a very deep topic, right? I can go on and on for 5 hours. I have a specialized course on webinar selling as well, right? So it is that deeper subject. Even for that matter, offer creation. All of these topics are really intense and really deep. So I could be talking about it for 5, 7 hours. But right now, for somebody who's just looking to launch their business, I don't want to go into details of it because it will overwhelm you and you will have a lot of questions and which will lead to inaction. So you need to keep yourself, I am thinking as per my student's perspective and not as per an expert. Now, before you start creating your webinar, just validate your topic on this 5 Ps, right? The topic that you are selected for which you are going to launch your course about, are you passionate about, right? Because there are people who do webinars, but they do not get immediate success. So you might have webinars wherein a zero sales day as well. Now, in that case, if you get disappointed and do not continue, then all your efforts is going to be down the drain. So if you're passionate enough, right, you will not be bogged down by it and you will continue because there is a lot of, like I said, I've condensed it. I'm giving you minimal that is going to help you to build your webinar, right? Because there's a lot of psychology and science behind creating these webinars. So you need to be passionate about that topic. Even if you do not get success the first time, you keep on still doing. You have that inner desire to iterate things for it, right? Even if you're not getting results, you continue with the journey. Second is, does it solve a specific problem? Now, problem could be in 7 areas. It could be for growing business, it could be for career growth, it could be for health and wellness. Now, I had somebody who was asking, like, a person is helping people with planning out their vacations, right? So that also falls into the wellness thing. So basically, people go for refreshing themselves, to rewind themselves, right? Revive themselves. So it falls into the wellness niche. It could be make money, relationships, arts and crafts, or personal development. So your topic that you are solving for your target audience could be from one of this. Now, say for example, my topic, which is business growth. Now it is also helping in personal development because you are learning a lot of skills as well. But don't confuse yourself a lot. Just pick one that best resonates with you and get started with it. Then your persona has to be hyper specific. We've already done this activity, but I'm just doing a quick recap. So I'm a post pregnancy coach helping new mothers lose baby fat using Pilates, right? So this is extremely descriptive. You know that this person is helping, is like a post pregnancy coach, right? Who's helping new moms lose their baby fat using this technique called as Pilates. Very important, it should have potential in the market because there are so many niches. Like, for example, there are many niches which would not have enough potential. They do not have paying capacity. So, for example, you would be, your target audience are students. So, they do not have the decision making power, right? So, they will always say, let me check with my parents and get back to you. So, you need to your target audience should be the one who has the decision making power plus the spending power. And then, yes, they should be willing to pay for it. So, potential is enough demand in the market, right? Enough people are there to solve that specific problem. Enough people are there to invest in your course. Now, the delivery mechanism, you can deliver your program in the form of challenge, right? Like I did 7 days reel challenge or 45 days Instagram sales machine, right? It could be in the form of course. So the difference between challenge and course is challenge is something wherein person is actively involved every single day or 5 days a week. Course is something that they can watch it as per their own pace. Community is wherein you're doing a lot of boot camps and people come, so say it's a whole day thing, and it's like doing it together with them. You give them one task and do it together with them. Coaching is again coaching could be like one-on-one coaching, it could be group coaching, right? Doing live calls. Then there are certain programs which offers you certifications. And then, right. So these are your delivery mechanism. You could think about it that what is it that you want to use. So now you could also have multiple things like you can have a challenge plus a course. You can have challenge plus community. You can have challenge plus coaching. So you can club multiple of this and create your offer. Now let's get back to the most important thing, which is crafting your webinar. Now, again, this is one of the biggest mistake that I was doing is I used to just feel that you have to deliver value, deliver value, deliver value. So I used to deliver value, and then in the end, I used to sell my program or sell my service, and it was not working well for me because there is a different science and psychology involved between just giving information, that is educating versus selling. And we are going to break down that for you. So, first is through your content, right? In your webinar, you're going to deliver content, and that is what you want to know. What is it? What is my content going to be? So, through your content, you have to remove all the resistance that your target audience has, right? So, I want you to take a minute, pause this video, and think about it that before enrolling in this program, what were your resistance when it came down to buying a program like this? Write down 5 to 10 resistance, right? Once you are done, then play this video and watch it. Excellent. So I'm glad that you finished this activity. Now we have listed down the 5 to 10 resistance that you faced before buying this program. Now, you need to keep yourself in your target audience shoes and just think about it. Just like you face that resistance, what your target audience must be facing, right? And through your content, you need to overcome all those resistance. So in a marketing term, we call it as objections. In the sales dictionary, it is termed as objections. So whatever objections your target audience has, we are already overcoming it through our content. Now the framework goes something like this. First, you're going to welcome your participants. So welcome to Instagram Sales Machine Workshop, right? And then you're going to be thankful to all those people who are attending this workshop. You could do just a warm up asking them, so where have you joined in from? Right? A quick warm up so that you get them moving and get them engaged. After that, okay, this comes little later. You will be setting up the context like how long is the webinar for? It is for 90 minutes. What are they going to learn? Okay. So there will be three secrets that you will be talking about in your webinar, which I'm going to talk in a while. So they need to know what's in it for them, right? If they are going to stay back for 90 minutes, what is it that they are going to learn? What can they do with the knowledge they receive, right? So they are there for with you for 90 minutes. Then what is that they could do with the knowledge that they receive? Then you can set the ground rules, right? Keep your phone on silent, be in a uninterrupted place, log in from your laptop, keep your videos on. So set up the ground rules. Or it could be with pen and paper handy so that you can make notes. Now, I don't normally do this, but you can also do this. Promise them a special gift for all those people who stay till the end. So you're hooking your audience that I'm going to share some special gift for all the participants who stay till the end. So I used to do this before, but of late I've stopped doing it. So I used to share them bonuses like when I'm doing a session, whatever prompt that I have used, I would say that I'm going to send it to you personally, right? So think about it. What is it a gift that you could give them for all those? So that is an incentivizing them to stay till the end. And once you are done, then you can just introduce yourself. Now, when you introduce yourself, you are not going to brag about yourself, but instead you are going to share your journey. So who you are, what you have done, and why are you doing this, right? So if you're hosting this webinar, why are you doing this? What is the goal? What is your purpose? Now, talking about the three secrets. So we've covered the first 10 minutes. Now comes the next 30 minutes, wherein you're going to do the content delivery. Like I told you, you need to be having. So, say for example, what is Instagram sales machine, right? Now, Instagram sales machine, not everybody will understand. So, I will talk about what is Instagram sales machine. Now, why is it important that a business has Instagram sales machine? Because without which you would be just posting content but not getting leads out of it and thereby zero sales. So that is why you need to install this sales machine in the backend so that your efforts, your content is driving sales for you. And what if you implemented this? So you need to tell that once you implement this system, what is it that they can expect? Now, why do we do this? So sometimes what is Instagram sales machine? People are not very clear, right? So about your topic, people might not be clear. So when you explain this, all the confusion is removed. And remember this, a confused mind never buys, right? Now, what if you implemented this is like, what if in the next 6 days you could post 6 videos with confidence? So they can imagine themselves that, okay, I'm attending this for 90 minutes and I'm the outcome that I can receive from this I can post 6 videos with confidence. So I'm going to get all those frameworks. Now, you need to have your own frameworks or formulas or step by step methods to demonstrate this. And then you could validate it with a case study. It could be your own case study or it could be case study of a client or a student, wherein you're showing them that someone just like them, so somebody who was very afraid to post their video, just created their first video. So that is going to give them a lot of courage, right? And also it's going to build relatability. Now, you can deliver your webinar content in two forms. It could be through mind maps or through PPTs. The third option is Google Docs as well. So if you're really short of time, then you can use Google Docs as well, but I would not suggest you that. So for your presentations, you could be creating it in Canva, or you could be using Google Slides, or you could be using any AI tool as well. Now, once you have successfully done this, you will be talking about the industry stats. So remember, for the Instagram sales machine workshop, I spoke about that 80% of the people are following at least one business on Instagram, right? And 76% of the people, after seeing a reel from a business, messaged the business, which means that if your content is reaching out to your target audience, there are very high chances that they are going to message you back, and which is going to be a lead for you. They purchase from them. So you could talk about some industry stats and establish the importance with the topic that you are teaching. So say for example, if you are into fitness niche, you would talk about that what if they do not take care of health. So obesity. So say for example, obesity leads to so many health diseases. So 80% of obese people, I'm just making up right now, it's not the actual states, um, face this problem of high blood pressure, right? So figure out what is the stats, and you can talk about it. Then after this content delivery for 30 minutes, you're going to build the sales bridge, which is called as yes momentum, wherein you will ask them that, so guys, how was the session for you? Are you loving the session? They would say yes. Did you learn a lot in past 60 minutes? They would say yes. Would you want to deep dive into this? They would say yes. So we are making them in yes mode, right? And then we are going to reveal them. So you would say that this is just 5% of what is actually possible, right? And if you want to learn more about it, do I have your permission? So far what I could cover in past 60 minutes is just 5% of it. And if you want to know more about it, do I have your permission? And then you can start with your offer. Now for your offer, you might wonder that what is the pricing that I should be keeping for my course. So the pricing very much depends upon your confidence. Say, for example, if you are not very confident about your pricing, then it is going to reflect on your face when you are doing your sales presentation. So any amount which is comfortable for you, you should begin with. And then once you are more and more confident, you can increase your price. Now, very important is think about um, the pricing has to be directly related with the time involvement of yours, right? So you will understand this. All those programs which are pre-recorded, they come at a very cheaper price. But all those program wherein there are live sessions, right? Wherein you get a personal call with the mentor, right? All those are highly priced. So more time of yours involved. As per that, you can price your program more. So more hand holding, more you can charge them. Give them a clarity about timeline in which they will get results, right? So say for example, you've already done your offer creation part. We've already figured out the MVP, which is minimum viable product, from their current situation to their desired outcome. You have already figured out the steps that they need to take. Now, if you have used prompt and done it, I would highly recommend it you do it manually as well and think about it that what is the current situation of my target audience, and if they have to achieve this end goal, what are the different steps that they need to take. Okay, I want all of you to do this, and as per that you are going to create the offer. So timeline in which they will get results. Are you going to offer them a group coaching or one-on-one coaching? Are you going to give them one-on-one calls as well? How many live calls you're going to do? How many recorded sessions? So break down and create a document of it, which is going to be about your offer. Then you need to use an element of scarcity that I'm looking for only 3 people to work with because that's the capacity that I have, because I want to give personalized attention. And I want to ensure that you get the results, or so that you can do it very quickly. So depending upon what works with your niche. And then for somebody who is just starting out, if you are not very confident, you can ask people to book a one-on-one call with you so that you can understand their requirements, specific requirements, and you can also tweak your program accordingly. So, especially if you are just starting out and you are not very clear about the path that you need to follow to take your target audience from their current situation to the dream outcome, right? If you go on one-on-one calls like this, you will get more clarity that what is it that people are looking for, and you can also include that in your offer. Now, for your sales, the payment collection method could be through Razorpay or UPI. So you can just share this link at the end of the webinar and ask people to pay, right? Now, if you are using Razorpay, well and good, but if you're using UPI, then make sure that you collect person's name and phone number and email address, because you will not have this information, and then to contact them will be very difficult. Or else once person has made the payment, you can also personally share them a WhatsApp group link, which is going to be for the paid community, and they join in there. So yeah, this is pretty much in nutshell about the webinar, and this is how you can create your next webinar. So I'm looking forward to see you hosting your first webinar.